Powered by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time.
All right, it's time for the Trade Banger of the Week, the segment where we take a real Dynasty trade and we slow down long enough to talk about it. Every week, this is a deal that caught our attention for one reason or another. Maybe it's bold, maybe it's risky, maybe it's just making the league chat uncomfortable. So let's get into this week's Trade Banger. All right, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Awesome.
How are you, Chad?
I'm good. Glad to be back. Finally talking to you guys after a whole 10 minutes and ready to talk trades. This week's Trade Banger comes from a listener named Brandon. Brandon got in contact with me directly, which is cool. I always love that. I got to chat with him for a little bit on this one, so that was fun. He told me a little bit about his team. We'll just let's just talk about what the trade was, and then I'll get into a little bit of the context here. So Brandon traded away Jaxon Smith Njigba, yes, the all-powerful JSN, who single-handedly won everybody championships this past season, and Jalen Waddle, and he received the measly 101, likely to be Jeremiah Love, plus Ashton Gentry and RJ Harvey. So he just hates wide receivers and loves running backs, apparently. But no, this is going to make sense because a little bit of context here. I talked to Brandon about his team, and he was saying he's coming off of a rebuild. This is going to be his first year where he's like, all right, I'm back in it. It's all game. He's ready to compete. He's got 3 high-end quarterbacks in Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield. His wide receiver room was stacked. This is pre-trade. It was JSN, Drake London, Neighbors, Jefferson, and he had Waddle, obviously, who he traded away. And then a tight end, he had Tucker Kraft, which is nice. So, running back, he was real short. All he had was Woody Marks on the Texans, and Woody Marks is not a defensive player, so he's not good. Texans only have good defensive players. So, what I need to find out from you guys is, yeah, we got the context. He got the running backs he desperately needed, but was the trade reasonable? Was it good? Did he slaughter this guy? Austin, how does it make you feel?
I hope I don't know the other person because, I feel bad for enough people in this world. I don't need to really feel bad for somebody else I know. I think he got over on him, man. That's a lot to get in return for somebody I really like in Jalen Waddle, and what I would assume is the consensus wide receiver 1 or 2. But that's a huge return.
Let me ask you a question. So think back, put yourself into your own shoes, but maybe the shoes you wore about a year ago, when we were back in time and Jamar Chase, maybe Justin Jefferson, one of those guys was your wide receiver 1. Plug them into JSN instead, right? This is where you're back. Are you feeling the same about this trade, or and Jalen Waddle? Let's say he remains the same, right? This is some kind of weird time warp reality. It just makes sense. Okay, let's just go with it.
I'm gonna believe in you.
Yeah. And do you still feel the same way about it? Like if JSN was the Jamar Chase of last season?
Yeah, that's
okay.
A lot to give up.
It's a lot.
I'll let you keep going before I break down the trade further, but yes, that is an extreme measure to give up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a feeling for like how you feel about JSN compared to how you felt about the elites of the elite last season.
I mean,
right? Because I felt like there was like a disparity between how we normally feel about wide receiver 1 and 2s and how we have felt about in the recent past Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, because it felt like their reign was never going to end.
Yeah, I mean, I think those were special in the Dynasty community, and we probably won't get a lot of that unless someone like Marvin Harrison Jr. takes an extreme leap somebody that has that huge pedigree name to go with the production name. JSN had that. I was pretty high on him coming out, but he still in the community wasn't Jamar Chase. And
were you though?
Yeah, he was my clear wide receiver one.
Yeah, but you had him like at 107.
I don't remember that far back, so maybe I'm not going to argue with you. So I don't remember.
No, we did some arguing back then about JSN.
Okay, I like to argue with you, so that's quite possible.
Yeah, because I loved him and I called him a wide receiver one coming out, and a lot of people disagreed with me. You were one of them.
Okay, I try to disagree with you, but anyway, no, he's not the same name in Dynasty, so I think you are right in that statement. But as for the wide receiver 1 and 2/3, whatever you want to call it, the value is the value. We don't see any reason for it to go down. So, they're not the same, but they are similar, is the quickest way to answer that.
Okay. I still want to stay on JSN a little bit because for me, it's such a huge part of this trade is parsing out like what his value actually is. And I think, Jesse, you've made the comment multiple times for avid listeners in the past where you've said, well, what's JSN's value? Like, what are you really getting for him if you trade him, right? We talked about him several times here. And that's always kind of been your response after, postseason here. Do you feel like this is it, or is this too much?
Yeah, no, yeah, this is well, first of all, I want to start by saying I think it's really smart. This is a really smart idea out of that stacked wide receiver room to pick JSN to trade.
Yeah.
Right, because he's just got the most heat. I don't think he's the best out of all of those guys. So, Malik Neighbors or Justin Jefferson could easily be wide receiver 1 next year. So it's really smart to pick the guy with the most heat. A lot of people wouldn't do that, right? They might lose confidence in the other players in their room. It takes a lot of guts, and I like it. I think it's a smart move. As far as the value with JSN, like I said in a previous episode, I would need a Godfather offer, and this is absolutely it. Like, this is absolutely enough for me to trade JSN away. I just don't think that. I just think that the guy getting him gave up too much. Like this is more than the JSN price, because to parse it out, we have to figure out the price of Waddle as well. So what's that, like a late first?
Well, yeah, we'll get there. So
okay, we'll get there. But for just like if you're looking at it as a total package, yeah, the scales are not really even with JSN being like top 3 dynasty wide receivers.
Yeah. I tend to agree.
The problem with it is that he just doesn't carry as much weight as Jamar Chase because he hasn't done it for as many years. He's only done it at elite level for 1 year.
Yeah, fair
right.
point.
So it just doesn't carry quite as much weight. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it makes sense. The Waddle side is interesting just because you kind of, when you're breaking down a trade and you're saying, okay, well, this piece maybe equals these 2 pieces, or in this trade you can say that kind of. I think where they're kind of going with it is JSN maybe equals Jeremiah Love and Ashton Gentry. We may disagree with that, but that's just I would say the premise here. And then maybe an easy way to put it is Waddle equals Harvey. Is that fair?
That's how I have the Waddles equal Harvey. I think they're both that late first price point. Obviously Harvey has a higher potential to gain value, but I think currently they're both in that 108 to 112 price point.
I can agree with that they're roughly same value. Waddle has a chance to gain a lot of value if he's used in a normal way. Like the last 2 seasons, he has been used in such a weird way and so frustratingly.
Yeah, it's and just to give a little bit of context to the viewers on that, or the listeners rather, Waddle's interesting because we saw his yards per route run, drop pretty significantly from a season ago, which
2 seasons ago, really,
or 2 seasons ago. But it's No, I'm sorry. His yards per route run has gone up from last season, but is down from 2 seasons ago.
Right, yeah.
But
That makes sense.
where we see his ADOT, right? His average depth of target has gone up significantly. Past what we even saw 2 years ago, right? We're going back to maybe 3-4 years to where we saw even something comparable, but even then this is higher.
Once Tyreek went down.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just seeing a lot less of those kind of gimme short yardage receptions where he's able to, take a little bit more advantage of the yak ability that he has. But yeah, it's just interesting. The usage is really weird. We saw like even the contested catches last season, contested catch targets. He had 4. This past season he had 22. So
I like seeing him used as a true wide receiver.
Finally. Oh yeah, I do too. He's
a very talented player.
Yeah, he did come around this year. I mean, he put up good numbers once he started being used a little bit normally. But it's just Mike McDaniel, so odd.
It's very similar to what we saw 2 years ago. Just the production wasn't as great as that season. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can get back there. The age is creeping up a little bit on us, though, right?
He's 27.
27, guys.
Yeah. He came out at 23, 24. So.
Yeah.
He's the same as Devontae Smith. They're the same year, same age, similar players.
RJ Harvey on the flip side, what did you guys feel about his rookie season?
Ups and downs, which is good for a rookie in Sean Payton offense. I want them to keep a bell cow running back with him. But yeah, I mean, he feels like an exciting player that can see spike wide receiver. I mean, running back 1 weeks. That's kind of what I would view him as.
Yeah, I like the usage. I'd like to see, but he was actually really good as a runner in the playoffs. So, maybe that takes an uptick next year. I don't want a bell cow with him, but I do want somebody to take the load off of him because I want him to get the touches. But the usage around the goal line is very encouraging. The catches are very encouraging. He's absolutely worth a late first to me, especially in this class coming up. He'd be the RB2 in this class, So I think in this, he'd easily worth the 107.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like, you guys know I like RJ Harvey a lot. I did like, glimpses of the usage that we saw. I thought he was really good as a passing option. Gonna have to fix the drops and stuff, but other than that, I mean, yeah, he was pretty impressive. So I like that part of the trade too. Having him as a third running back, you guys feel great about that?
Yeah, I really do.
Feels great.
I mean, I like him over Waddle. As much as I talked up, as much as I like Waddle, I'd rather have Harvey. He's just younger and.
Yeah, I think in a startup, I'm taking Harvey above Waddle, but I think they're in that same kind of price range.
Yeah, they're similar.
Which kind of fits, right? Because I mean, maybe this is not a startup, but it is Brandon's startup, right? Like he's launching his competitive debut here this season, and what better way to kick it off than to have 3? I mean, how old is Harvey, right? Like he can't be older than 25, right?
Yeah, I think he is 25. I think
is he 25?
He's 24 because he came in late.
Yeah, he was old coming in. He was 24.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, having 3 running backs under 25 years old.
Yeah, he just turned 25.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so having 3 running backs 25 or younger,
sorry,
is a good place to start. No, you're good.
He may have to use him as a second back actually until Jeremiah Love gets his footing. Not every great back, hits the ground running week 1. So having someone like Harvey to me is really nice insurance.
Yeah. That's definitely a component there. Or you can go with the almighty Woody Marks. Who knows? That's a joke. But
probably the likeliest back to get drafted over this year, outside of maybe Jalen Warren. Oh no, well they took Caleb Johnson last year, so yeah, Woody Marks the most likely back to get drafted over this year.
Yeah, it'll
be. I'd say Washington's backfield's probably.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's true too.
Probably the one I would say.
Jeremiah Love might find himself there. That's man, how great of a landing spot would that be?
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It
wouldn't be good for the Giants, so I wouldn't love it, but I would love it for Dynasty.
Yeah, the Eagles' defense is good enough. I don't care.
Anyway.
So, all right. So I think we all agree. We like the package
The running
here
backs.
side. Yeah, the running backs. That's a good way to put it. We like the running backs, and Jeremiah Love. We assume he's the pick. He better be the pick, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, does he need a? Well, no, because he's got three good.
He's got three good pick.
He's got three good quarterbacks.
Don't listen to Jesse. He better be the pick. There's no well here. Ashton Gentry, right? He's coming off the tough season. We talked about him last week, right?
Yeah, it was.
Anything changed for you guys? I mean, nothing's really happened.
I'm still just as excited. I'm not down on him at all. I know.
Me neither. He's getting his quarterback. And you know what? I'm excited about Mendoza going there I mean, he's got two elite weapons built in, even though we don't know who the coaching is and the line is trash. He's got Bowers and Jeanty as elite weapons to start out with. It's a nice little 3-point package.
Yeah, I like it. And I keep stressing it it feels like I'm saying it every week, mostly because you guys keep talking crap about the Raiders, but the cap space is there. The cap space is there. They're going to figure that line out. I mean, they've got to, and they've got the tools to go do it. I'm super, super excited. Like, if there's any chance you can go out there and get Ashton Gentry like Brandon did this week, I assume he made the trade this week. But yeah, go out there and try.
Don't sell him it for anything less than the 101. In my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, would you guys do that? Let's. That's an interesting point.
I would take Jeanty.
You would take Jeanty.
Yes, pretty easily, to be honest.
I would take Jeanty as of right now. Yeah, because there's worse places for.
I think Jeanty's a better
with you
prospect.
Guys. I think Austin is the one that asked me this question several weeks back, maybe even a month plus back, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Ashton Gentry. I'd rather have Ashton Gentry." After watching Jeremiah Love like in depth, going back and looking at his tape and watching every Notre Dame game, I think Love's a better player. I'm not gonna lie. I think Love's a better player. I think I'd rather have Love regardless of landing spot. And that's saying something because I really like Ashton Gentry, but I think Love is like, for me, like right there with Bijan.
Wow.
I was going to say what you need to do now is go back and watch Ashton Gentry's college, his last season of college, just so it's fresh on your mind, not the Raiders.
No. Like I said, I love Jeanty. I do. I think Jeanty is phenomenal. And I do remember, like, I love him. Maybe not Bijan, but Gibbs. You remember how Gibbs was just like a step down from Bijan as a prospect for most people? That's fair. I feel like, and they're so similar too, like as players. Jeremiah Love to me is going to be like, I think he's going to be in that realm, guys. Like, I don't know, man.
So I think it's kind of a toss up. I told you we talked about this last.
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah,
it's 50-50 for me. It's a toss up. The landing spot could change it because if Love goes to a place that I don't love, pun not intended. But if he goes to like not the best landing spot and there's another really good back there that he has to compete for touches, yeah, he might win out as the top back. But I don't want another. I don't want a Ken Walker Charbonnet situation.
I don't think we're gonna find. I mean,
he's way better
picking him in the top 10.
Like, he's way better than. Yeah, it's true.
It's not the same situation where Walker was a second round pick or back in first. I can't remember.
Second,
yeah. So I mean, they're just stacking guys to create a committee. If you're taking Jeremiah Love, it's like Ashton Gentry. Like, you're signing a contract and saying, all right, like, this guy is top 4 running back contracts in the league. Like, he's got to go out there and be a top 4 running back, top 4 or 5 running back.
Let me ask you, if he goes to the Cardinals, do you like him better than Jeanty still?
Yes.
No, I don't. That would be probably the place that I'm least excited for any high end guy to land.
Same.
All right,
that organization's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I like him anywhere he goes. I just think he's that talented. But yeah, I mean,
I hope so.
We'll see.
I think I have two 101 shares, so I hope so.
And he's got to fight it out with Zonovan Knight and Michael Carter.
Yeah. Oh,
all right.
poor Jeremiah Love.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
What would it take? Because I think we're all in agreement that we'll take the running backs by a good margin. What would it take on the wide receiver side for you to want that side?
Can I reword this?
Sure.
What's the difference between Jeanty and JSN? What pick first roughly is?
Yeah, I was going to say a first.
Like what pick? Is it 103? Is it 106?
Well, all right. The question here is it 106 or 107? Because I think we all have a cutoff.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Where is that?
Well, so because the top 6 prospects in this draft, I'm very excited about. After that, question marks.
If I'm let's just be real about it. If I'm trading away JSN, like, yeah, I would be fine with, getting Ashton Gentry in like the 104, maybe.
That's the number.
Like, I'd be
that's the number
fine
that
with
came
it,
to my head.
But I'm shooting for at least the 102, 103. Like that's where I want to be.
I think 3 is the reasonable price point. I think you get out of Love and Mendoza, you get the choice of receiver.
Yeah.
With Jeanty.
I don't know that I care about that. 3, 4, and 5 are almost exactly the same pick.
But we're not going to feel that way in May when Tate goes to the Chiefs and Lemon goes here, and you're going to have a clear 103.
It's just not the same because it might be the same after the picks are made, but the picks haven't been made and they're not going to be made for a long time. So your ability to trade down even is still there, right? Which is a huge value gain. So it's never going to be the same until after the picks are made.
Yeah, I agree totally. That's why I think the 103 in Jeanty feels like a fair. I don't think I would pay that, but I think that feels like a fair price point to go to JSN.
I mean, imagine if you did like all 3 of these wide receivers, right? Which I think the 3 of us kind of do, except Austin hates Tate for some reason. But
that's the wrong name, sir.
But let's just say that you were able to make a trade and you were able to get Jeanty and the 103 and then even trade down again to like the 105.
Yeah.
I mean, that's significant.
I mean
and
there's
things
a chance
change,
somebody's
right?
paying an early second to go with that to get to the 103.
Yeah.
Like there's a realistic chance.
One of these wide receivers can tear their ACL running a 40-yard dash for all we know right now, too. So, I mean, it's one of those things.
That's another component to me why I would take Jeanty still, is there's still 8 months before we get to see Love on the field. Whereas, I mean, obviously Jeanty can get hurt in the offseason too, but I know I've seen Jeanty succeed in the NFL. I have quite a ways to go before I get to see Love succeed. And that kind of, I kind of went back when you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually even more hopeful for if you were to put a bet line up and say over under on Jeremiah Love Ashton Gentry season, I'm picking the over all day, regardless of situation. If I'm just placing a bet on it right now, me personally.
So you're saying what Jeanty did as a rookie?
Yeah, what Jeanty did as a rookie.
That's 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's a very solid season.
Yeah.
And that'd be a great. See, I mean, that's what's funny is I feel like everybody said Jeanty had a down year, and maybe for what we wanted, he did. But that's a really good stat line as a rookie running back.
Yeah, it was a rough ride, and you didn't want to start him in the playoffs.
Yeah, sure. It's the Raiders' fault there, but yeah.
It is. But as far as how he looked, I thought he looked fine. When he had room to run, he was explosive.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Raiders do and what the landing spot looks like for Jeremiah Love. But luckily for Brandon, he's got both of them, so he doesn't care which one is better.
Good job, Brandon. Speaking of, I did see Clint Kubiak is the favorite for the Raiders job currently.
Really?
Yeah, which is very exciting.
Well, assuming he can handle being a head coach, but the offense we would like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, what's that do to JSN though? God, he flourished.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. I would assume he's going to get a job somewhere, Kubiak. So I think he's gone from there no matter what, pretty much. Teams just can't hire him yet.
All the more reason to trade JSN and Darnold.
Possibly.
Although Darnold doesn't carry the value that I think he should.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like, a playoff run can do something special for a player.
True.
Especially if he looks good.
Goes.
Yeah,
That's what I
doesn't
mean,
throw
yeah.
Like, he didn't have a
interceptions.
great game last week, but he did what he was supposed to do to win the game.
He was 12 for 17.
Yeah, so I'm saying he did what he was supposed to do to win the game.
Yeah.
If he goes out this week and puts on a performance, Chad's definitely right. His value is going to bump up.
Do you guys remember who was it? Deebo Samuel in the Super Bowl. I think that was when he had his like breakout game, and the season wasn't all that. I mean, it wasn't incredibly impressive, but just that game, he looked phenomenal. He looked like the Deebo that we had known after, and I mean that just rocketed his value. One game just did it, and Darnold can have that same, especially with a season like he's had this year. If he was to cap it off with a performance like Deebo-esque performance in the Super Bowl, where he looks like the guy, it's gonna be really good for his value, I think.
Yeah, I mean, even Xavier Worthy last year, what he did in the playoffs, this offseason made his price point way higher than it would have been if he didn't succeed so well in the playoffs.
I like it. All right, anything else to add, guys?
No,
Good job,
I think
Brandon.
that's it for me. Yeah, good job, Brandon.
Yeah. That's what I told him. So, and one other thing I'll add, just so people don't think we're just kind of doing random lopsided trades, because I do think it feels lopsided to me personally. I plugged it into the two most popular trade calculators after he sent it to me, because I'm not going to do anything that is not even close to consensus. And I think Keep Trade Cut had it fairly even, like, almost exactly even, which is kind of crazy. I think they had the Jeremiah Love side is slightly ahead, but very, very slightly. I think like the third round pick or something like that up. So, really, really interesting stuff. I did plug it into DTC. I don't remember the specifics on that, but it was pretty close too. Maybe even closer than Keep Trade Cut. So, interesting stuff. Anyways, this has been the trade banger of the week. If you've got a trade that shook up your league, send it our way. You can get in touch with me specifically, like Brandon did. That's always great. Or you can send us an email at dynfo.official@gmail.com. Again, that's dynfo.official@gmail.com. I said that way too fast the first time. We will respond, maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the front office. The lights are low, the boards are lit, and the Dynasty clock is ticking. From the heart of the startup draft to the championship throne, one crew rules the long game. Give it up for the undisputed architects of empire, Dynasty Front!